Okay, we're about to go live here. Give me about 5 seconds. Five, four, three, and two, and one, and we are streaming. This is today's Trader News, January 22nd, year of our Lord 2021. We are going to give you the news that some of it's going to be some you can see on CNBC, but some of it, or most of it, is going to be some probably news bits and items that you did not see on CNBC. And that is how we are going to roll. So with that said, my name is Maddox, and we are going forward, onward. We're at finviz.com. Dow was down 179 today. The NASDAQ was up 12, and the S&P was down right at 11 and 12 as well. As far as crude was basically unchanged, 52. Gold was unchanged, about 1853. We talked about the indices. So let's get right to the big stories today. Stocks traded mixed on Friday, with the S&P and Dow pulling back from a record high as COVID concerns resurged and questions over whether more substantial stimulus would be passed in the near term. I'm about to talk about that really quick. Here's the thing. IBM shares sank. I don't know why anybody invested in IBM. I don't understand. Mark Cuban talked about this one time when I saw him on stage. Like, this was like 3 years ago. He had IBM for the longest time, and he just says they cannot get it right. It doesn't matter what CEO is in there. IBM shares sank after the company reported quarterly revenue declined for the 10th straight quarter, people. Good Lord. All right, let's get on to Joe Biden. President Joe Biden has already signed numerous executive orders addressing key issues. The big one, of course, is the coronavirus pandemic. And he unveiled a national virus containment strategy that included ramping up vaccine supplies to be able to administer 100 million vaccine in his first 100 days. Now, let me tell you something. Mr. Biden, Mr. President, if you can do this, you will be hailed as one of the greatest presidents to go down in history. If you don't, your entire presidency, you will lose and you will fail on this right here alone. Your first 100 days. You have backed yourself into a corner, and I'll tell you this. I pray to God you can do it. I really do. I'm tired of living with the mask. I'm tired of protecting my mom. I'm tired of protecting my mother-in-law. I'm sure we all are, right? I want to get out a little bit more, right? Don't want to be, want to get a little loosey-goosey. Want to go party a little bit, So if you can do this, you will go down in history as probably one of the great, unless you completely screw up like Trump did in the last year. But this will definitely be your presidency and your legacy. Onward. All right, so home sales, we talked about this yesterday. Home sales rose in December. And for 2020 as a whole, as we saw sales perform at their highest level since 2006. It can be a little scary, but most of that is new starts as well. So that's good to know. All right, so let me get to the news that you do not see on CNBC. So first things first, I'm going to skip around a little bit. I do want to look at crypto really quick, though. We got Bitcoin at 33.4. It has come off its low at, I believe, it was 29.1. So if you bought the dip, congratulations, you cryptopreneurs out there. Also, crypto. Joe Biden tapped former Ripple XRP advisory board member Michael Barr, and he's going to lead the Office of the Comptroller, the OCC, right? He advised Ripple back in 2015. The issue with that is, there's really not that issue. I think that's great for crypto. The problem is, Ripple is now being sued for being an unregistered security. Most of you guys know that, but that's what's a little bit crazy about that. But I'm glad that crypto's got to say there. The last guy that was there, and I forget his name, but I know that he was, he had something to do with Coinbase. So President Biden also signed orders to delay the pending regulations, extending the review period for U.S. Treasury's proposed unhosted crypto wallet rule, right? This is the rule that Steve Mnuchin proposed, FinCEN, the travel rule, right, to where you had to know the wallet where it's going, like you had the KYC and AML, the wallet where it was coming from and where it was going, right? And it was just crazy. So at least he's put that on the back burner for 60 more days for additional comments. If you're a crypto guy like I am, get your butt up there and write the. I'm sure you can Google this, but find out where to put the comments at about that stupid rule. All right, let's talk about Yellen. Okay, so Janet Yellen today, it came out that she was crypto positive today. She vowed to encourage the crypto's use for legitimate activities while curtailing their use for malign and illegal activities. I think we all want that, right? She also said that she wants her work as Treasury Secretary will create an effective regulatory framework for crypto and for other fintech innovations. So she's not anti-crypto. And this is what she spelled out into the documents. By the way, she was confirmed today in committee, and I believe it was unanimous. I believe it was 27-0, but it was unanimous. All right. Market notes. GameStop continues to fly. It was up like 79%. They had to halt GameStop. Now, this has only happened a few times. I've never seen it, but some of you in the VIP comments below, please let me know what you know, because they had to halt GameStop today, right? It got to, it was up 79%. They said the volatility, but it's going straight up, so I don't know what the volatility was. Like I said, it got to about 73, ended the day about 70, up 50%, so it's 64. Just FYI, and I was kind of going through this too. You know that we're sponsored by StockTrade.tips. That's an actual website, right? StockTrade.tips. They have one goal. The only goal they have is to help you profit off the insider knowledge of the hedge funds. Now, what I'm doing here, streaming to you guys, the news. I'm a part of that group too. I do this for me. I hope it helps you out, but I do this for me. So I go back through and see what happened during the day, so my trading plan for the next day, I know what's going on. But I do want you to understand, GME, so stock tips jumped on GameStop, and this is all documented back on December 21st because they saw hedge funds start sizing up on it, right? They're plus 180%, right? Here's some other ones. DQ, they're plus 26%. That was on January 7th. GRTS, which I believe is Gritstone Oncology, they're up 600%. December 28th, they got in on that one. SCYX, they're up 18%. Leaf, they're up 28%. TCX, which they got on January 4th, because I remember that one, 13%. TLBT, I looked this one up too. January 4th, it's all documented. It's a text. 58%. VUSI, they're up 35%. That was on January 11th, because I looked back at the text. MRNS, they're up. HHC, they're up. SBTX, which I believe is that Silverback Therapeutics? I believe it is. 60%. They're up 60%. They called that on December 18th. And they're all doing this off of what they see in the hedge funds. Now, they do their own research. Basically, their tagline is, we do the research, you win. That's basically it, right? And it's a text to you, not just what the price targets are, but if it's a long-term trade, is it a momentum play? Is it a retail play? What's their forecast? Blah, 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 right? Who sized up? How many shares? How big of a heavy trade did they put in? Here's the last one. Is this MCE or MGE? They're up 25%. That was on December 17th. I can't even read my own writing. But that is some incredible statistics. So you might look up StockTrade.tips. That is the website, www.stocktrade.tips. All right, Intel. Let's go on and talk about them as well. Intel reported $20 billion in revenue for the fourth quarter. That's up 1% year over year. Its stock did fall today because overall the $78 billion for all of 2020 was up 8%. But the company's profit was down $150 million. They did profit $20 billion. So Intel's doing something right. I'm telling you, you need to go long on that SOX. Stocks that's semiconductor, NVIDIA, AMD, Intel. It's all there. That's the ETF, by the way. The company's last quarter sales were primarily driven by high PC sales. Around 33 more PCs, particularly notebooks, were sold with the Intel chips during the Q4 compared to the same period in 2019. The company announced, and this is why stock was down, then went back up. The dividend is going to be $1.39 per share. That's up 5% from last year. Its share price increased 5% since yesterday afternoon, but says, I think in late trading, it says here that it lost gains. So, all right, let's go back to this. Also, the big gainers of the day, I didn't see molecular data up 72, climate change crisis, real impact, acquisition, that's a blank check, 64%. Express, the retail, was up 52%. Wow. There's GameStop, we know what they're up at 51. Azure RX Biopharma was up 48. Polar Power, they were there yesterday. They were up another 47%. 111 Inc. is a health information services. I've heard of them before. They're at 40%. GRTS was up again, 6%. I believe that is it for the really big risers. But let's get back to some other really cool stuff. So, Amazon. So, they got with Ford that has backed a startup named Rivian. It's an EV. Rivian has raised $2.65 million as it prepares to make the first deliveries of all its all-electric pickup truck, delivery van, and SUV later this year. Rivian has raised $8 billion, so they just sized up with another $2.65 billion from Amazon and Ford. Total, they've now raised $8 billion from those two, BlackRock and other investors. It's the most well-funded U.S. automotive startup ever at its age. If you remember, Rivian also, Amazon has ordered 100,000 electric delivery vans, and the company, which Rivian, will fulfill over several years, right? But it will begin the delivery of the vans in late 2021. Pretty damn cool. And again, Amazon is getting ahead. I also saw a price target yesterday. Amazon price target is now, with most banks, is now 4,000. I don't know why they won't split that, but whatever. Although Rivian has not disclosed a valuation, here's the thing. Several sources are saying that they, the new funding round, the valuation was $27 billion. Will they rival Tesla? We will find out. By the way, I've got some information on Tesla as well. Also, staying with semi-truck manufacturer Picard, who Kathy Wood sized up on 3 days ago or 4 days ago. I bought some, did not put it out to the subscribers. I should some, but it really was a size up. She just bought it. I just saw it. Didn't buy a huge bag, but they announced a partnership with Amazon. The last 2 days they've been up. They announced a partnership with the Amazon-backed startup Aurora, which will provide autonomous driving technology to power Picard's semi-trucks, right? Guess who else is getting in on the EV rush? BMW. Their finance chief says that the company's push into EVs will help it regain its operating margins, right? It's lost. Literally, I think they were down to like 2%. So BMW believes the change to the EVs now, guys, could increase its operating margins to pre-pandemic levels, which were 8 to 10%. All right, so here's good news for you Tesla bulls. So JD Powers comes out with top marks for who's got the best EVs and who's got the best cars. Best EVs marks went to Kia for mass market and Tesla in its U.S. electric vehicle experience ownership study. Tesla won the JD Powers top marks in its premium EV category with a high score of 738 out of 1,000. It was deemed for reliability and quality, but the Tesla owners seem to be forgiving of most of those issues. I'll tell you one thing that I've learned in life. This is personal, in my professional life, is that whatever you promise, just do that the best. That's it. You can suck at everything else. Literally, the customer service can suck. Everything else can suck. But if you do that one thing better than anybody else, you will be a wealthy, wealthy man in a very, very good company. The one deciding factor for all EVs they found out, by the way, Kia got marks of close to 800. But again, they were in the mass market division of EVs. The one thing that EV owners said is the major deciding factor, said they would consider changing brands, get this, for more range. Not the speed, not the comfort, more range, right? They don't want to keep charging because charging takes 20 minutes, 30 minutes, sometimes an hour. Sticking with that, CNBC's Jim Cramer today said EV stocks will likely be big under Biden, like we didn't know that. He did call Tesla over NIO, just letting you boys know. So that is that. Let's talk about Instacart. Instacart is not public yet, but it will be soon. It's laying off 1,800 employees. Of its 10,000 that it's had, the company said that the layoffs is due to the shift in the company's strategy towards outsourcing its technology so that grocery stores can prepare their own orders. Those are the people who go in the grocery stores and prepare the orders and then give those off to the delivery drivers. That's who they're letting go. The company order volume has increased 500% from last year. That's 5x. The company raised $200 million at a $17 billion valuation last October, and it's reported it's planning to go public at a valuation of $30 billion. By the way, they have over 500,000 part-time workers too, which I did not know. Bank of America, this is very interesting, has announced they will be giving $750 to all employees who make under $100K a year. And they're going to give stock awards to those making between $100K and $500K. The company has also now has a $20 an hour minimum wage. You know what? That's pretty cool. You know, I'm not a big fan of B of A. I know Buffett is. Congratulations. That is pretty damn cool. With that said, let's go to the we're going to go to the news. This is the news. I'm going to start at this hour here and work back towards the morning because most of that you've probably already seen. But this is so the new stuff first, and we're going to go last to first, basically. All right. Morgan Stanley director sells 29,000 shares of stock. I know their CEO sold shares too. CFO sold shares. I don't think that's a big deal. How stocktrade.tips is set up. Look, man, there's a number of reasons why people sell shares. A number, like numerous, right? But there's only one reason that you buy shares. That's it. And that's to make money. That is it. There is no other reason. Let's keep moving. Looking at a few things. Option volumes. Kearney Financial announces 5% stock repurchase plan. KRNY. It's great to hear. Elf Beauty CEO sells 34,000 shares. Again, not really, unless it's a huge stock sale. I mean, unless they're selling millions and millions, they're just dumping stock. That could be an issue. But again, most of the time. J&J director, that's Johnson & Johnson, says company could boost vaccine availability by spring. J&J is the ticker there, as I said. Atosa Therapeutics files to sell 15 million shares of common stock for holders. It's ATOS dilution. Teladoc director sells 8,000 shares of stock. TDOC's going nuts, by the way. If you don't hold some Teladoc, it's gone through the roof since I want to say Octoberish. DoorDash and Fiverr to advertise in the Super Bowl for the first time. That's DASH and FVRR. Let's see. AstraZeneca to slash EU COVID vaccine deliveries by 60%. Not good. AZN. I hope their stock was down if they're saying that crap. All right, this is all the Europe stuff. Let me see if I see anything. Here's a lot of people's favorite beer, Carlsberg price target raised to 1178 at Barclays. CABGY. Curaleaf announces launch of adult use operations in Arizona. I believe that's pot stocks. CURLF. Hilton's call volume was directionally bullish today. HLT. GameStop. This is funny. GameStop extends rally as Citron. So Citron Research had said that they're shorting GameStop GME to $20. It's at 64 now. So the Citron basically said the mob attacked them, if you would. By the way, GameStop, StockTrade.tips, like I said, caught them like December 17th or the 21st. RC Ventures, who is not who has now sold a lot of their stake, was the ones that really drove that up. They were in there for 2 years. They put activist. They're an activist hedge fund, but they put numerous members on the board, and they got new management, and they have pushed that stock up. So this is not a hype stock at all. Now it may have become a hype stock, but initially it was not a hype stock. We got in that when it was 10, 13, right? So I was in that before we even saw it on StockTrade.tips. So just to let you know. But anyway, it's pretty cool though. All right. Vesuvix, by the way, VUZI, which we saw on StockTrade.tips. Smart glasses used for work site inspection via drone. It's very, very cool tech. You got to look them up if you have not. It's VUZI. Penn National CEO says working hard at finding way into New York gambling. It's PENN. Of course they are. It's a big market for them. Z Holdings initiated with a buy at Goldman Sachs. That's YAHOY. Z Holdings. They were once held them. Camping World. Marcus Lemonis was up again, directionally bullish today. CWH. He's the CEO of that company still, if you did not know. Baker Hughes, this is huge. Baker Hughes rig count up 5 to 378. That's BKR. That is the mark of what energy is doing. Our crude price is up. Yeah, well, they're up if there's more rigs up. So, Amazon files motion to halt union election at Alabama warehouse. Yeah, they're trying to have some union problems. So VUZI's, their trading was halted today. Did not know that. GameStop was halted, like we said, and it resumed as well. Let's see if we've got any more. Let's get out of the European stock. Carnival Costas. United Airlines CEO wants to require staff to get vaccinated for COVID. UAL. Bed Bath & Beyond call volume was up and directionally bullish. BBBY. That was just 3 B's. BBB. Somebody tell me why that Y is on there. Or is that the European version? K92 mining price targets raised to 11 at BMO Capital. KNTNF. It's a Canadian stock, by the way, boys and girls. Boyd Gaming, of course, price target raised to $60 at Stifle BYD. That's a very, very good stock. They're in a lot of the smaller casinos, if you would. Takata Pharmaceutical call volume above normal and directionally bullish. You know who started buying them? I've taken notice. I don't have a bag, but I've got a pretty good position. TAK, Kathy Wood again. I mean, there's no telling how much she has. I see her buying 500,000 to 100,000 shares a day for the last, 3-4 weeks. Crazy. Skechers initiated with a hold at Williams Trading. SKX. Boot Barn initiated with a buy. Boot Barn, we have an e-commerce side. We sell a bunch to Boot Barn. They are formidable in the retail market in the smaller towns, the smaller towns are now growing again. Initially with a buy at Williams Trading, BOOT, Boot. Yeah. Citron Research no longer commenting on GameStop. Crocs, our favorite sandals, initiated with a buy at Williams Trading, CROX. We've seen that before. Nike's a buy now. NKE. Going to some Canadian stocks. Jack Creek Investment opens at $10.40. An IPO was priced at $10. JCIC. Let's see. General Dynamics awarded prime contractor designation on a $3.3 billion GSS contract. GD. GD is the ticker. Looking here, RLX Technology indicates it's going to open at $22 the IPO. We talked about Bank of America. Microsoft increases the price of Xbox Live Gold, just so you gamers know. MSFT is going to cost you a little bit more to play. Waymo CEO Tesla Autopilot will fall short of full autonomy. He's talking smack to Tesla. You don't talk smack to Elon. You don't do it. The man knows his stuff. And there's a lot of people. It's really weird. He's got a lot of haters online. If you look on Twitter, a lot of people think that he's not a real engineer. Let me tell you, I had a buddy that worked with him. He worked in San Fran. It was before it became PayPal, so whatever the name was, it became PayPal, and that's when my friend left. But he knew him, right? I wouldn't say on a personal level, but he knew him personally through professional contact because he worked all the time. He said that guy is flat out smart. If you saw him on Rogan, you can tell that he really does think about what he's going to say before he says it. So he's one of those type of guys, and of all the really intellectual guys I've been around, they always think before they speak. It's really it's different, but it's actually soothing because you know when they speak, they really mean it. Really convicted. Flex, Flex, volumes heavy, directionally bearish today. Bearish, Flex was bearish. Wow. MARA, M-A-R-A, or Marathon Patent Group, call volume was above normal and directionally bullish today. That's a straight up Bitcoin play. That's all that is, right? NVIDIA, MoneyGram resumed trading. I guess they were halted today because of volatility. MGI, that's very interesting. Now they're attached to XRP and Ripple. You can Google that and look at all the details there. I'm not going to go into it here, but it's pretty intricate. JMIA was up today. We've got a bag of them from way back. Wayfair, heavy volume and directionally bearish. Wayfair was bearish today. Top 5 analyst downgrades today was BHC, CSX. I cannot believe CSX was. That's Chevron, I believe. Loop, L-O-O-P, RGS, and TPIC. Top 5 analyst upgrades. Disney, DIS, FTNT, BBVA, the bank, USB, and AOUT. So those are downgrades and upgrades, the big ones. And YPF. Telus price target raised to 27 at JP Morgan. TU. BCE price target raised to 60. BCE. JP Morgan double upgrades Rogers on accelerated trends post-COVID. RCI. Amicus remains top idea into meaningful catalyst at JP Morgan. FOLD. We do hold. Unusual active option today was BTWN, ALLY, IPOD, AMD, SLB, Oracle, ORCL, NOC, CRM, BBBB, and IVR. So, you know, a lot of those. the intersection of crypto and Wall Street. We talked about Bitcoin, Coin, Riot, AMD, Nvidia, OSTK, which is Overstock, IDX, TEUM, SRAX. CLII was up today. We saw they were the big ones that are the big winner today. That's CLII. Adient upgrade to neutral on improved execution at JP Morgan. ADNT. Visteon was downgraded. VC on valuation at JP Morgan. Burlington Stores price target was raised to 290 at Loop Capital. BURL. Aptiv downgrade to neutral at JP Morgan. APTV. JP Morgan boost targets on lofty valued Tesla to 125. That's interesting. Why is it 125? Anyway, TSLA, I'm not sure what that means. You might want to disregard that, but they did. All you know is they boosted the target. Maybe that's their. Couldn't be earnings. JP Morgan upgrades Ford to overweight ahead of the hot new products. That's Ford as F. Keeping it rolling here. SG Blocks. Seagate price target raised to 61 at RBC Capital. STX. Cloudflare announces Project Fair Shop for COVID vaccine distribution. NET. You may have to look that one up. I'm not sure what that means. Don't really want to go into it. You know, certainly that they're going to help on the technology side. Intelligent regains compliance with NASDAQ filing requirements. TLGT. Carnival extends pause in U.S. departures through April 30th. Good Lord. CCL. That's not good for them. Tough Built. We are long. We found them on stocktrade.tips. By the way, too. TBLT. Granted 108 extension to meet NASDAQ requirement. Their stock is up. It's up big. In fact, I don't even know if I have them. Yeah. TBLT. We found them on January 4th, so they're up. Their stock's up 58% this year. Facebook price target raised at 320 at Truist. FB. I mean, if you're any FANG stock, do not get out. And what's with Yellen? Unrealized tax gains? Are you serious? Like who would own stock? You would just go private. So the government wouldn't even know what the valuation was. Good God. Unbelievable. I can't believe they even came out of her mouth. What would Bezos and Musk owe? Like 30 billion? Anyway. We got the pre-market movers here. Pure Gold Mining initiated with a buy at PI Financial LRTNF. Carnival price target raised to 14 at Truist. So CCL's price target was raised to 14 at Truist, even though they're going to hold back until May. Let's see. Union Pacific positions should be increased on pullbacks. That's what I'm talking about. That means buy more of UNP. That's a railroad, by the way, guys. It's a good one, too. It's class 1. All right. Believe that's going to do it for today, guys. Beyond Meat initiated with a neutral at Longbow. BYND. I actually like. Here's KCS. That's Kansas City Southern Railroad. Only railroad that can go into Mexico. I think I've said that like 3 times this week. Sees the 22 EPS at $10.50 to $11. KSU is the ticker. I don't know why they're talking about 22. I know that they, here's Kansas City Southern sees 21 EPS at least $9. The consensus is $8.51, so they think they can beat it. KSU. That's good. They reported Q4 EPS of $1.80. They did not beat consensus. KSU. I wonder what their stock did today. If you know, please put it in the comments or put it in. We are live, so you can do put it off to the side. Intel price target raised to 60 at Roth Capital. Autodesk price target raised to 360 at Argus. CSX price target raised to 91 at Cowen. That's really weird. We've got two offsetting banks not seeing the same thing, but not really weird. But especially with that though, I mean we're talking about energy, man. Seagate price target raised to 75 at Northland. STX. Travelers price target raised at 156 at RBC Capital. Intel price target raised at 57 at Northland. INTC. We talked about them, but INTC. BOK Financial price target raised at 882 at Truist. BOKF. ClearPoint Neuro price target raised at 23 at B Riley. CLPT. Walmart has upside potential to 200 per share, says Jeffries. WEMT. Let me say that again. Walmart has upside potential to $200 per share. Apple price target raised at 153 at Cowen. AAPL. American Eagle. You know who's long there. Our man Steve Cohen, Mr. Metz himself. Price target raised at 26 at BMO Capital. AEO. I don't know why he likes them. I really don't. Clearly, he's got 500 managers working for him, so they know something. ServiceNow price target raised to $600 at Cowen. That's NOW. Zendesk price target raised to 165 at Cowen. ZEN. Jeffries downgrades Regis to hold on a push out of franchise plan timelines. RGS downgraded. Twilio price target raised to 440 at Cowen. Intel price target raised to 75 at BMO Capital. INTC. And Alibaba price target raised at 326 at Truist. I mean, you just never know what you didn't GSX blow up today or blow up yesterday or something. Just never going to know what you're going to get out of China stocks. China hustle. If you haven't seen it, look it up. I believe it's on Amazon for sure. It may be on Netflix now. Fifth Third price target raised to 39 at Wedbush. FITB. 100 Bank shares sees 21 net interest income flat to modestly higher. HBAN. Basically, they're just setting you up there. Fuel Cell price target raised to 15 at Canaccord. FCEL. It's a popular stock right now. Sierra Wireless price target raised to 24 at Canaccord. SWIR. Whitmore Shell Lubricants announces definitive agreement for joint venture. CSWI. PPG. We saw a lot of this yesterday. CSX downgrade to a hold at Stifel. BioCryst announced of approval of a drug in Japan, BCRX. We used to hold some of them. More Seagate price target upgraded. Huntington Bank share sees 21 revenue up about 1 to 3%. What else we talk about? Schlumberger sees 2021 capital investment between 1.5 and 1.7 billion. SLB. AB InBev. This is big. Price target raised to €57 at HSBC. Schlumberger reports fourth quarter cash flow from operations $878 million. Free cash flow is $554. That's great. SLB. So its share price is just now catching up. SCYX. Synexis is the way that I pronounce it. Is a buy at Guggenheim. We had them. I don't know the date, but we're up 18% on them. I believe we had them back around the 31st. I have to look back. It's documented though. Blooming Brands price target raised to 26 at Deutsche. BLMN. Know who they are. CSX price target raised to 102 at UBS. See, what's going on with the banks and this energy? They ought to all know it's going up. We need them back, and we need them back strong. We need jobs. Facebook price target raised to 345 at Oppenheimer. FB. If you didn't know, Stitch Fix going crazy. Its price target was raised at 95 at KeyBank, SFIX. That's a good stock. Now, Real, I got a real problem with, but the Real price target was raised to 32 at KeyBank. It's REAL. American Eagle price target raised at Citi. We talked about them. Etsy price target raised. We talked about them. ETSY to 235 at KeyBank. Sparrow Therapeutics price target raised to 40 at HC Wainwright, SPRO. Sensonics 51 million share spot secondary price at $1.92 SENS. It's big dilution. That's a big dilution. Wow. Travelers, we already talked about them. Their price target was raised at Barclays as well, 155. TRV. And they're all just price target raised that we've all talked about. Regions Financial, based out of Austin, I believe, reports Q4 EPS of 61 cents. Consensus was 42. It beat it. It's good to hear. Disney upgrade to a buy from neutral at UBS. XL Fleet and initiated with a buy at BTIG. XL. Woo! Tencent downgrade to a sell from a hold at Investec. TCEH wife did not know. That's big. Wow, I didn't. That was early this morning. Ford upgrade to overweight at JP Morgan. That's good. Let's see what else we got here. Schindler downgraded at BHF, SHLAF. See what else we have. Lear upgraded to overweight at JP Morgan. That's LEA. Probably know what they do. Regis was downgraded to a hold at Jefferies, RGS. Seagate upgrade to a buy at Summit Insights. STX. CSX downgrade to a hold at Stifel. Gosh, going back and forth on CSX. And that will do it, guys. So, appreciate it. Appreciate you guys watching our today's trader news. January 22nd, we are sponsored by StockTrade.tips. If you did not realize that, if I didn't say enough in the stream, I appreciate you guys. Watch your six. Go hard in the paint. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday. Cheers, guys.